Welcome back to the channel. Today's story is about betrayal, heartbreak, and the difficult journey of reclaiming self-respect. It's a raw, real account of how one man's world was shattered in a single night, and how he found the strength to walk away from a toxic relationship. If you've ever felt the sting of betrayal or struggled to set boundaries, this story is for you. Make sure to stick around until the end and share your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We share stories that remind us all of the power of resilience and self-worth. Now let's dive in. Ethan reluctantly agreed to join his wife, Claire, at her company's annual rooftop gala, held at a sleek venue overlooking downtown Chicago. The dazzling city lights stretched out behind elegantly dressed professionals, men in tailored suits, women in chic cocktail dresses, all laughing and exchanging polite toasts. Ethan, who ran a small family business, felt out of place amid the polished corporate atmosphere that seemed so effortless for Claire. This year, Claire had shown unusual excitement about the event. She spent extra time choosing her outfit, her makeup and hair, brushing off Ethan's casual questions about who would be there and what to expect. He noticed her enthusiasm but didn't think much of it, until tonight. Leaning uncomfortably against the bar, Ethan nursed his drink and watched the crowd. Claire moved through her colleagues like a social butterfly, graceful, engaging, and clearly in her element. But she barely glanced his way. The easy closeness they once shared felt replaced by an invisible barrier. Something deep inside Ethan twisted, a mixture of confusion and unease that he couldn't shake. As the night unfolded, Ethan sensed something was wrong. Groups of Claire's coworkers whispered and cast subtle glances in his direction. It wasn't just his imagination. The atmosphere thickened with tension. He debated whether to stay or confront Claire, but before he could decide, she approached him, not alone. Beside her stood Mark, a coworker Ethan had never met before. Mark's confident stance and the way he casually rested his hand on Claire's lower back immediately put Ethan on edge. Mark's smirk was smug, almost mocking. "So, you're the husband," Mark said directly, his tone almost daring Ethan to object. Claire, instead of offering reassurance or introducing Ethan warmly, smiled lightly and said to Mark, "I'm going to dance with him now. You don't need his permission." Her words were casual, dismissive, not just of Ethan, but of any respect that might have been owed. Ethan's heart pounded. The shock of seeing Claire defend Mark's disrespect was worse than the insult itself. He expected her to brush it off, maybe laugh awkwardly, or at least make eye contact with him, anything to signal solidarity. Instead, she sided with Mark completely. Mark leaned in closer to Claire, his grin growing more arrogant. "You don't own her, buddy. I'm going to dance with her. Maybe more." His voice dripped with contempt, and Ethan felt his blood run cold. Mark's hand slid under Claire's blouse, fingers tracing her back as if Ethan wasn't standing right there. Gasps rippled through the crowd, stunned faces confirming this was far beyond acceptable behavior. The last ounce of Ethan's restraint shattered. He strode across the room, voice shaking with anger, shouting at Mark to back off. The room fell silent, all eyes now on him. Mark didn't flinch. He taunted Ethan with a sneer. "What are you going to do about it?" Ethan's hand trembled, not with fear but pure fury, as he pulled from beneath his jacket a sleek leather wallet. The room's energy shifted. The music stopped, whispers faded. His voice was icy and deliberate. "Step away from her. Now." The tension was palpable. Even Mark hesitated, momentarily taken aback by Ethan's command. But then the smirk returned, nastier than before. "Scared, Ethan. Maybe she enjoys this more than she ever did you." Claire, caught in the middle, looked frozen. Her eyes darted anxiously, unreadable. The crowd watched, breaths held. Unable to control himself any longer, Ethan launched a punch that connected hard with Mark's jaw. Mark stumbled, crashing into a table. The crowd gasped, some shocked, some moving toward the altercation. Mark clutched his face, rage and humiliation flickering across his features. The wallet remained visible, a subtle but clear message. Ethan had held back, but only just. Security quickly intervened, pulling Mark away as the stunned guests whispered among themselves. Ethan stood, fists clenched, heart pounding, realizing this was far from over. Then Claire's facade cracked. Tears welled in her eyes as she lashed out, voice sharp and desperate. "What's wrong with you? You've ruined everything." She blamed Ethan for the chaos, ignoring Mark's brazen disrespect or her own involvement. Instead, she painted herself as the victim, embarrassing Ethan in front of her colleagues. The party's focus shifted, from Mark's disgrace to the unraveling of Ethan and Claire's marriage. Judgmental glances and hushed murmurs followed Ethan, fueling the turmoil inside him. In the days after, the full truth surfaced. Mark's behavior wasn't a one-off. Claire and Mark had been carrying on an affair, with nearly everyone at her office aware. Ethan pieced together the signs, her excitement, the stolen looks, now painfully clear. The scandal destroyed Claire's reputation. Colleagues who once admired her distanced themselves. Mark was swiftly fired for his inappropriate conduct. Ethan wasted no time. He filed for divorce, determined to reclaim his life and dignity. Looking back, Ethan reflects on the strength it took to walk away from a relationship built on deception and disrespect. He says, "Sometimes the hardest choice is the one that saves you." He urges others not to settle for toxic situations, reminding them that self-respect is something you must protect fiercely. That night forever changed Ethan. The betrayal hurt deeply, but it also opened his eyes. He couldn't control Claire's loyalty, but he could control how much of himself he was willing to lose. By walking away, Ethan chose himself. His worth, his integrity, his future. Thank you for watching and being part of this journey. If Ethan's story resonated with you, please give the video a thumbs up. It really helps us reach others who need to hear this message. Remember, self-respect isn't something you wait for others to give you. It's something you take for yourself. Walking away from what's breaking you can be the most powerful choice you make. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to join our community for more heartfelt stories and real-life lessons. Until next time, take care of yourself and never settle for less than you deserve.